Hi, this is Deadman. If you're watching this video, I assume you're old enough to see gore, violence, swearing, and general adult content. If you aren't old enough, come back with some ID.
Or a fake one.
Ugh.
Shocking footage from Europa. A brazen attack by the Outer Way terrorist group, led by the notorious Danny Nakamura.
That's enough. We got a job to do.
This is Callisto Hangar Control to UJC Charon. You have cleared the security perimeter.
Roger, hangar control. Laying in course for Europa Station. You got something to say? You gotta keep flicking that thing all day.
I was watching that.
Callisto Protocol immediately sets up the creepy atmosphere by having this main menu crawl through a blood-soaked hallway and having appropriate mood music playing. Opening on the initial outbreak on Europa is awesome as it gives us a point of reference for later. The music box does not help the creepy factor at all. Unsurprisingly, neither does the air raid sirens. How about we don't? Definitely still not a graphics guy, but wow, do they look so realistic. Hell, even the sweat animated on them looks real.
You got something to say? You gotta keep flicking that thing all day.
I was watching that.
This small interaction goes a long way to showing they're definitely best buds, and nothing bad will ever happen whatsoever.
It's our last run, Max. And I'm done talking about it.
Then what do you want me to say?
How about thank you? Because after this job, we're never gonna have to work another day in our lives.
Wow, he is a super best friend looking out for your buddy like that.
You shouldn't worry so much, you know? You live longer.
Good advice and smooth moves.
Unfortunately, the audio logs don't do a lot of world building, and you can't play them while walking around. You just root into the spot.
What are you gonna do?
Whatever I have to.
That's one way of taking care of things. The first set piece of the game is appropriately exciting.
Mayday, mayday, mayday! This is UJC Charon! Returning to Callisto! Requesting emergency clearance!
Negative, UJC Charon. You are not authorized for re-entry.
That's too damn bad! I made it. I told you not to worry. Max. Max. Hang on, buddy, I'm coming. Hey. Whoa.
Chico?
Max's face is horrifying to look at, which, in a weird way, is good. The Callisto Protocol sets up almost immediately what kind of gore we're in for, and I would expect no less from the mind that originally brought us Dead Space.
Oh, I didn't you listen.
Man, talk about some last words that's gonna sting.
Sir. Yes, sir? Whatever you say. Grab him, too.
Well, that's one way to get thrown in jail.
I didn't do anything!
Well, it's not that delayed. I still love how the title card pops up.
Way too late for this shit. Okay, inmates. Do not speak unless they are spoken to.
Even if the role is a little wasted, Sam Witwer is always a win.
Listen. You know they call Callisto the dead moon. Dead. Just like you would have been if I hadn't fished you out of that wreck. I mean, shit. As far as anyone else is concerned, you are dead. It's time you moved on. Because you're crossing over to a new kingdom.
No.
My kingdom.
No.
So whatever it is you're holding on to right there, that's your old life. You gotta let that go.
Seriously, he is a treasure. Get the man more work.
Because your new life is entirely in my hands.
Even if we don't get to see its full capabilities, the grip is shown off.
Try not to move, it'll only make things worse.
Oh, fuck you! Ah!
The core is the fancy doodad that gives you your diegetic life gauge. It also looks significantly more painful than the rig system.
Please, remain calm. There is nothing to fear.
What the hell? Something's not right.
I think with alarms blaring and fires all over the place, there is indeed something to fear.
Yeah, well, look, I've been in here half my life. I know this place. I've got a plan to get out. If you help me out of this cell, I'll help you, yeah? Look, you can use this to get inside a control room across that bridge. You can open my cell from there.
Prison's not that bad. It's super easy to make friends. All you have to do is wait for an apocalyptic event, and then you've got it made. New friend Shiv is super useful for getting through locked doors. The combat is interesting. It feels more arcadey than horror shooter, but once you get used to it, it becomes a decently fun system.
It's not great with multiple enemies, though.
That it isn't, but hey, we like to praise valiant efforts, and I think that's what this is.
The biophage are disappointing. They work for what they are, but considering this is, again, coming from the mind of Glenn Schofield, well, some more work could have been put into these creatures to make them more than mindless zombie fodder.
How about you don't?
Scanning for active core signatures.
The robots not only look terrifying and are a guaranteed death, but they sound pretty awesome.
There's a lot of vent crawling going on in the Callisto Protocol, and while it makes sense as you'd want to avoid detection for the most part, it does get annoying having to do it a lot.
The lockup had already been raided. All that's left is this baton.
Stun baton, yeah. But those things do pack a punch, though. We're not gonna need it.
It's better than a crowbar. I'm a fan of how Callisto slowly doles out your upgrades over time. You're never too under or overpowered. Holy shit! The Callisto Protocol definitely deserves high praise for the stupid amounts of gore present. It did not disappoint here.
You. How the fuck did you get in here?
Some more grip is showcased here before we find ours. Plus, I just love that line reading from Sam. He's concerned, but not too concerned.
Jacob! Over here! Come on, man, move your ass! Run!
Handy help from your new friend.
Think that'll hold him?
Fucking hope so.
Excellent choice.
I love seeing 3D printed guns.
Look, I've been here a long time. I've got privileges that you don't. So I'm gonna have to take you a different way. But I'll be your eyes and ears and I'll guide you along.
Don't you leave me hanging.
I got you. Unless you know I'm a pilot.
No, I'm afraid not.
Forced trust and brutal honesty always make for fun scenarios, especially when hordes of biophage are crawling around.
Use your shiv to dig out their implant.
Wait, what?
You don't have a choice. It's the only way through that door.
Oh, what a mess.
Do what you gotta do in here. This place, there's a way of changing you.
Getting security access, as well as new audio logs, is totally gross.
Warden Cole? Where are you?
In my tower. Watching.
What? Why? What's happening?
The end of a long journey.
That's ominous.
I found one of those gloves that Captain Ferris had.
That's a grip. Bastard guards love to use it on us inmates.
Yeah, I remember.
But it's good. It works on all sorts of things too. Go on, give it a go.
The grip is an awesome tool. Also, no, Ferris didn't use that. You people just don't know he's actually Starkiller. That's fucking gross, but awesome. This is one of the many rooms I like to call the Fuck OSHA rooms.
Elias, are you sure this is the right one? Hey!
She got him good.
Help me! Oh, God!
How about we don't?
Poor bastard.
It's that shot from the trailer. Pity it doesn't really amount to anything, but it sure is freaky. Sadly, the mutated biophage don't require any extra tactics, but it is neat looking.
Listen, if you can hear this, just shoot the tentacles or smash him with your baton.
Shoot the limbs. Got it.
Warning. Anomaly detected.
Okay, these slinky bastards are pretty terrifying.
Oh, shit. Come on! Come on!
I hope Jacob is wearing his brown prison uniform.
Pressure check complete. Releasing gate valve.
Releasing gate valve. No!
I don't know what Jacob's complaining about. Any prison with a water slide can't be all bad.
I hate this fucking place. You want me to climb that?
Well, that depends. Do you want to get off this rock?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Elias to the rescue.
I never asked you. What are you in for?
What? You worried you're helping a murderer, Sky?
Well, yeah, kinda.
I love the line read on that, but he's kinda right. If he's helping somebody really dangerous escape, maybe it's better not to. Ferris is full-on horror villain if he's teleporting behind them.
There's always a prize to pay.
Seriously, I love Sam Witwer. His shrieking line reads are always enjoyable.
Warning. Visor open. Helmet seal malfunction. Oxygen levels critical. Suit controls activated.
Ingenuity. Also, damn, that was intense. The dark and stormy surface of the planet is hauntingly beautiful.
Thank you. It's because of you. I got out.
I'll see you on the other side, buddy.
Even if they only knew each other for a short time, it's so touching they actually bonded like this.
He knew Black Iron like the back of his hand.
Hey, what are you doing? Hey!
Now I do too.
Danny is incredibly callous, but I can't really blame her. He's gone, but Jacob and her needs to still get out.
I'm a pilot. You need me.
Hangar's that way. Better start walking.
Rude.
Holy shit!
Hey! We need some help here!
Danny to the rescue.
Now get up here. Door's jammed.
Who do I look like? Isaac Clarke?
Didn't expect to see you again.
Oh yeah, why's that? Huh? You left me out there to die?
And you tried to kill me back on your ship. Guess that makes us even.
Technically, she's right, but she did board Jacob first.
Oh, no.
Yeah, that was pretty much my thoughts when coming to this area. Place full of frozen corpses? Sure. What could possibly go wrong?
Hey, what are you doing?
What's in here?
Medical supplies?
Bullshit. Open it.
Why?
Because I said so. And we're not going anywhere until you do.
Okay, fine. Yep, just like I told you.
But records show you made multiple drops right before the incident.
Yeah, me and a dozen other cargo ships.
Don't try to talk your way out of this. I know you were involved.
I had nothing to do with what happened on Europa.
It will be revealed later, but Danny's hostility has to do with Jacob's cargo, and that's one reason she boarded him in the beginning of the game. Jacob is also haunted by Mac's face because, well, he knows what he did. We don't, but Jacob does.
So what were you expecting to find?
UJC bioweapon. Traced it from Europa to here.
To my ship?
I thought so.
The plot thickens.
Hey, back there. Why did you do that to Elias?
I was in a hurry. Didn't have time to transfer the data. I need to know everything I can about what's happening here.
But you ripped it out.
Like you haven't done the same.
Not to somebody I know.
Did you really know him? Or were you just using him to escape?
Even if that's the case, in that short time it was shown to us that Jacob and Elias got a little close at least. Danny did what she had to do, but that doesn't take the sting out of the situation.
Almost there.
Yeah, we are.
I couldn't have made it without your help.
I know.
Even though Danny is being snarky, it's a legitimate gesture of gratitude that's win-worthy.
Wait, what are you doing?
It's not me.
No. One must learn to accept what they cannot control.
Nobody asked you. I just want a jailbreak. Is that too much to ask?
But I'm afraid there's just too much at stake here. And the protocol cannot be broken. So, though your story ends here, please know that you have my respect.
Wait, no!
I want to say politeness, but that was just all condescension.
Jacob! Take my hand! Jacob!
Sucks that we missed Danny's hand, but we get an awesome set piece out of it, so it's not all bad. That's one way to break your landing. How about you don't?
There's an elevator nearby. We can take that to the transport hub, then cut across to the colony, and then back into Black Iron.
Back into Black Iron? No fucking way. We almost got killed just trying to get out of Black Iron.
This isn't about escape,
Then
Jacob.
what's it about?
Not anymore.
What's it about?
Answers! Why did the Warden shoot down one of his own ships?
I don't know.
And how is it connected to Europa?
Danny, understandably, wants answers, while Jacob wants to execute Operation GTFO.
This is supposed to be just another fucking job.
Not even supposed to be here today.
Look out!
Yeah, that's about right.
Is this thing gonna hold?
Just try not to think about it.
Oh shit.
Hurry! Jacob! I got you! Come on! No! Jacob!
It's not pace and killer in the Callisto Protocol, but the story isn't that long to begin with. Some of these extra detours seem egregious.
That's an absolutely horrifying thing to regain consciousness to. These blind enemies, appropriately named the Blind, are similar to clickers. They're infected and are blind, relying on sound to hunt their prey. Oh, I guess that's exactly like Clicker sends the echolocation. Either way, they're neat and do add some variety to the game. I do especially love Jacob's slow exhale. That was a nice touch.
The unfortunate downside is they are piss easy to exterminate. Even when you stealth kill one directly next to another, no sound is made and you can chain them together with ease. I understand a level of simplicity was needed in this area, but I shouldn't be able to take them down this easily.
By the way, fuck these little face-hugging bastards. Why did the counter go up?
I like watching you suffer. Have I not made that abundantly clear by now?
The two-head boss is a uniquely horrifying enemy. It's a shame it's reused so much over the last half of the game that it ceases to be horrifying and more of a nuisance. Still looks cool though.
Great. More of them.
It's horrifying to have to dodge through an entire town full of the blind.
Danny, I'm heading up to the tower now. Danny? Where'd she go?
That ain't good.
Danny, you there? Why isn't she responding?
Starkiller done got her, dude!
I won't go! You can't make me! You killed them all!
Wait. No. Hey! Stop it!
This is another example of getting set back to extend the length of the game. Developers, stop doing this and just have a better written story. I know things are going to shit, but everything doesn't have to go wrong for it to be interesting.
I'm sorry. I tried to protect you. You didn't deserve this.
Danny. Hey, Danny.
Get away from me!
Okay, hey.
I'm sorry. I'm okay.
Are you sure? You don't seem okay.
I was in their mind. Reliving their memories.
Well, that's at least a decent explanation for her behavior. Plus, I love that we can see the muscles in her face relax as she comes back to reality and not within the core memories.
This way. I know. They knew a way to reach the surface.
It's trippy hearing Danny hesitate as she's still reeling from the core diving into someone else's memories.
My God. What is that?
An alien life form. Released by the miners when they broke through to Callisto's subsurface ocean. It was dead by the time we arrived, killed by security forces. But inside the carcass, we found them. Thousands of larvae. Primary disease vectors for the biophage pathogen. We collected specimens and transported them to our central lab on Europa. The pathogen acted as an evolutionary accelerant, mutating the colonists into little more than mindless brutes.
This is some Lovecraft levels of horrifying, and I dig it.
As you can see, things have changed.
I can see that. You ain't got no neck anymore, Lieutenant Farris.
Wait. Stop. No. You gotta be fucking kidding me. Right back where I started. What the hell am I supposed to do now?
You jailbroke once. I'm sure you can do it again.
Find me.
Mahler?
There's not much time. I was able to reroute one of the security units. I have Danny.
Where is she?
The lab, at the heart of the prison. He's monitoring everything, but we can talk here. I can get you to the warden. I can cure her. I want to help.
Mahler to the rescue?
Are you sure you really want to?
Yes!
Do you wish?
What did you do to me?
Gave you what you wanted. The curse of knowledge. Your core is linked with hers now. Or at least it will be once the sync is complete. The data won't transfer immediately, but her memories will fill in the gaps, give you the answers you seek.
It's both cool and terrifying that she can transfer memories at the push of a button.
Okay, just tell me how we can cure her.
You can use this to synthesize an antidote, but you'll need to extract a sample from the Warden's alpha.
Yeah, that figures. Those doors are definitely a win.
Data transfer complete.
What the hell? Danny?
Oh, that's trippy as hell.
Look at it! Look at it! What are you talking about? See? Do you see? Do you see?
Jacob, what do you got there?
What we got here is none of our business.
Jacob knew they were transporting something shady, but ignored it for a paycheck. The Max hallucinations that have been happening all game are a manifestation of his guilt for getting his friend killed, and inadvertently causing all the trouble that's going on. I do love the somewhat subtle storytelling that's on display here.
I've been watching you. You and your so-called friend. You're not the innocent you claim to be. You've proven that you'll do just about anything to ensure your own survival.
The Warden is making it out to be like Jacob has betrayed and backstabbed everyone he's met, when in reality he's doing what everyone else would. His villain monologue doesn't make sense.
And what about you, huh? Watching people die for fun? Is that your protocol?
No. You are mistaken, Mr. Lee. The protocol isn't about death. It's about life.
I think those lines are left over from the odd PUBG connection the game started off with. Like, all the matches of Battle Royale were supposed to be the tests of the biophage in humans? Don't know for sure, just thought it was interesting.
A final contest to determine the true survivor. Humanity! Or my alpha.
You know what? He was underutilized, but I'll take a final boss against Sam Witwer any day. Ferris's final form is pretty cool looking. It's grotesque and grows a cocoon type thing in front to help shield him. Granted, the fight shows the rest of the flaws of the game, but it's fun enough that I can look past it.
Such a waste. All this to save one life. Don't think you've stopped us. The data gathered here will carry the protocol to the next phase. As for you...
Self-destruct sequence initiating.
You know what? Gotta give him props for villaining it up. That's pretty smooth.
There's just one.
No! You don't know what you're doing!
I didn't. But I do now. I can't keep running from what I've done.
I love this. Jacob knows he fucked up royally and is willing to do anything to fix it. Since he inadvertently killed Danny's sister, he's trying to redeem himself by saving her.
Data transfer complete.
That transfer worked both ways. He learned more about me, and I learned more about him. In the chaos of the moment, I didn't realize he had also given me the evidence I was looking for all along, and sacrificed his life so that I could expose the truth. Was he trying to make up for the pain he caused? Or just chasing some kind of redemption? Either way, I hope he found some peace.
It also gives us a fairly clean-cut ending with not needing to have a sequel, but still leaving it open for one.
Jacob, there might be a way out after all.
Reactor core temporary safeties activated.
But I'm going to need your help.
But, you know, they had to sneak in a cliffhanger ending as well as a final scare. First off, I want to congratulate the developers for being able to release something this gory in this day and age, since it feels like most of things are a bit too sanitized. Not since Dead Space has there been something this unapologetically visceral. That being said, I did try to judge Callisto Protocol on its own merits rather than compare it to Dead Space constantly. It's been incredibly difficult as I'm a huge fan of the original, and it was made by Glenn Schofield and some of the remnants of Visceral Studios. The story feels not incomplete, but almost like a prequel. There's some threads of what's to come and some of the world building, but it's not nearly as strong as it could be. The story is primarily about breaking out of Black Iron, but I wish it could have been more about the universe that's inhabited by the characters, or even more about the biophage and their mutation. As is, it feels a bit bare bones and more like a precursor to the next installment rather than set up the world properly in this entry. The music, as expected, was a ton of horror streams. None of it is bad or poorly implemented, but it's samey and wasn't as effective at building atmosphere as I would have hoped. The gameplay certainly isn't what I was expecting, but I do love when games try new things, and once you get used to the combat, it's pretty fun. Dodging and weaving around enemies, finding the precise moments to hit them, it all felt great. And even if most encounters played out the same, I look forward to how refined this particular system could get in future titles. I'd be insane not to mention how detailed the graphics are. We're just on the cusp of having games look like reality, and while I'm not a fan of that, I'd be lying if I said I wasn't impressed by it. I will, however, lament that it seems like the graphics ate up most of the budget, and the game was lacking in a few other places because of it. In closing, I gotta recommend Helix Station if you haven't listened to it. It's an audio drama that gives a bit more insight to the world practically owned by the UJC, and sadly, it has more world building in it than the game proper. I'm still excited by what Striking Distance will do next, and I'm looking forward to the story DLC coming a little later this year. The Callisto Protocol was a grand first attempt from the studio, and I can't fault them for not delivering the next Dead Space. Even if I was a little disappointed in the game, I still had fun with it, and that's all that matters. Thank you for watching, and try not to die out there.
What's happening to me?
Oh, shit!